Jinan County, full-scale operation of Living a Flower Middle-Aged for a Month to support middle-aged returnees to farming and rural areas. First-hand experience of possibility of rural settlement. Jinan County, North Jeolla Province, has launched a Living a Flower Middle-Aged for a Month program aimed at middle-aged urban residents who want to return to farming and rural areas, expanding its policy to support stay-type returnees to farming and rural areas. The project is the first of its kind this year to help middle-aged people who are accustomed to urban life live in real rural environments. Check the possibility of returning to farming and rural areas and form relationships with local communities, and will be operated using the Local Extinction Response Fund. In recent years, rural areas are on the verge of extinction due to declining population and aging population. On the other hand, in cities, interest in returning to farming and rural areas is steadily increasing, especially among middle-aged people who are about to retire or are looking for a new way of life. However, there are many cases where the settlement process is difficult when the decision to move is made based on vague expectations of the countryside. In response, Jinan County plans to support successful return to farming and rural areas through a stay-type program that allows them to fully experience real rural life and interact with local residents. The Flower Middle-Aged Living for a Month is operated for middle-aged urban residents aged 46 or older and is divided into short-term courses and medium-term courses. Participants can experience farming, forestry, and community activities in general and find a suitable settlement direction for themselves. First, a total of 20 participants will participate in the short course, which will run for 4 nights and 5 days from June 15th to 19th. Participants will stay in Jinan Plateau Healing Forest to explore the natural environment and living conditions of Jinan and visit agricultural sites to experience the real life of the countryside. Beyond simple tourism or field trips, it is designed to acquire basic information necessary for rural settlement through meetings with local residents, education on understanding rural life, and guidance on policies for returning to farming and rural areas. In particular, programs utilizing the unique clean natural environment and forest resources of Jinan Plateau will also be held to help participants experience life in rural areas more three-dimensionally. It is expected that this will help urban residents who are worried about returning to farming and rural areas find a lifestyle that suits them and decide whether to settle down in the future. The midterm course will be operated as a more advanced type of experience program. A total of 10 participants will be selected to stay in Jinan County for 4 weeks, from June 29th to July 24th, to experience real life in the countryside. The most distinctive feature of this course is that it connects residents and participants who are engaged in agriculture and forestry in the region, in a one-on-one mentor and mentee manner. The participants will live together in the mentor's living space and experience the daily life and livelihoods of the countryside. It is designed not only to watch farming, but also to experience the realities of rural life by sharing the daily routine of local residents. Major programs include crop cultivation, facility house management, forest product harvesting, and mountain village resource utilization activities. They also participate in village community activities and have time to understand the culture and community life of rural society while carrying out the busy farming season. Participants will gain various experiences necessary for the actual settlement process, such as forming relationships with local residents, adapting to the living environment, and understanding community culture, as well as farming techniques. Jinan County expects that these field-oriented programs will be of practical help to the middle-aged who are preparing to return to farming and rural areas. In particular, it is expected to contribute to increasing the possibility of stable settlement in the future, as it is possible to directly check the realistic strengths and weaknesses beyond fantasies or vague expectations for rural life. In the last week of the program, the process of establishing a settlement plan in conjunction with the Rural Return Support Center will also be operated. Participants will specify individual plans for returning to farming and rural areas based on the results of their experiences so far, and check necessary support policies and preparations. Customized counseling and consulting will be provided focusing on what is needed for actual settlement, such as housing, farming plans, income generation measures, and community adaptation strategies. Through this, participants can prepare a feasible roadmap for returning to farming and rural areas beyond simple experiences. And Jinan is also expected to secure a potential settled population. As the youth camp has led to positive results in young people's settlement in the region, we expect that the Living a Flower, middle-aged for a month, will also help middle-aged people settle down and stable rural areas and settle in the region, a Jinan County official said. We will actively support participants to fully experience rural life and design a future that suits them. Meanwhile, Jinan is striving to attract population and revitalize the region by promoting various state-type return-to-farm and rural policies, in addition to the Living a Flower middle age for a month. In mid-June, the company plans to run a youth camp, Honeybee Activity Group for young people returning to farming and rural areas to help young people settle down in rural areas. It also plans to push for a Living in Jinan program for urban residents in mid-August, to provide them with a chance to stay in the area for a certain period of time and experience life. Jinan plans to expand customized experience programs and settlement support policies for each age group to help urban residents return to farming and rural areas and promote sustainable population policies that enhance local vitality. In particular, the government plans to establish a step-by-step support system that runs from experience to settlement to strengthen support for those who wish to return to farming and rural areas so that they can settle down naturally in the local community.